Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm going into my junior year of college at the University of Maryland, where I study criminology and criminal justice. With passage coming to a close this week, you are probably getting closer to some of the major changes that go along with the transition from high school to the military, college, jobs, and other life paths. Friends may be starting to go to new student orientations, trainings, and other activities that seem to pull them farther away. This can give you a lot of time to think about what the next steps look like in your own life. Sometimes the task of looking at the future can come with unwanted pressure and anxiety or even fear. I remember feeling all of these things in the weeks leading up to college, but that's where hope came in for me. When I graduated high school, I was stepping away from an incredible time in my life. After a short 4 years, I had finally gotten used to waking up early in the morning. I had found mentorship in teachers, coaches, and youth group leaders. I had found community within my school theater and my church. I had developed friendships that were so tight they felt like family. On the other hand, I was also facing some difficult transitions in my family life at the time. With all of the ups and downs, it felt impossible to have to abandon all of these people and places that I had so grown to love. I remember being resentful of this huge transition that was uprooting my life right when I felt on top of the world. I felt hopeless. I could tell that my parents, mentors, family members and friends, teachers and teammates alike all seemed to be ready for me to take this new step into the world, and I felt frozen in place. While they were all hopeful for this big change, all I could hope for was to rush through the experience of being in the in-between. When it came to how my faith tied into this, I was very much of the mindset that this too shall pass. This transition was just temporary, and if I could just get to the other side, if I could just get through it, maybe I could find peace. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but every once in a while, I'll think that I'm the only person in the world that knows what I'm feeling, and then someone gives a sermon about it. And that summer, a sermon came up about how easy it is to just try to get through. Getting through is about thinking about how much better things are after this next barrier, after this next in-between. The alternative to getting through is getting to. Getting to focuses on what it's like to exist in this moment, whenever this moment is. What are the wonders, lessons, and feelings that I can gain from this moment? In Philippians 4, Paul wrote, "From now on, siblings, if anything is excellent, and if anything is admirable, focus your thoughts on these things. All that is true, all that is holy, all that is just, all that is pure, all that is lovely, and all that is worthy of praise. Practice these things, whatever you learned, received, heard, or saw in us. The God of peace will be with you." The scripture here reminds me of getting to. It's an opportunity to be filled with hope that is centered in the now instead of what tomorrow may bring. In the time between graduating high school and settling into college, I got to participate in protests against unjust immigration practices, filled with hope for our migrant siblings. I enjoyed getting to know people from all over the country and the world at a large university where I was filled with hope for new relationships. I got to celebrate the accomplishments and the amazing relationships that I had made in high school with summer hangouts and grad parties, filled with hope for the wonderful impacts that I know my classmates will have on the world. I got to work with kids at a local summer camp where I was filled with hope for the next generation. These experiences could have just been things that I got through to get to the other side, where I love my classes, have made friends, and have found community in my campus ministry. And all of these things that I got to do led me to find worth in these things, in the in-between. And they contributed to me being the student, advocate, friend, leader, and child of God that I am today. So, whether the high school experience that you're leaving behind is full of fond memories or difficult times, or likely some combination of the two, know that the next phase of your life is not certain. This time can be a very difficult one, but know that you don't lose everything. This is not a requirement to leave behind everything that you know and love. This is an opportunity to explore new ways of expressing yourself, new ways of doing ministry, new ways of finding community, and new ways of giving back to spaces that have been meaningful to you. You don't have to push through to the other side and wait for everything to settle down before you get to take a moment to see how God is moving in your life. There is hope in the in-between. So, take a deep breath and focus on these things. All that is true, all that is holy, all that is just, all that is pure, all that is lovely, and all that is worthy of praise. And know that wherever you go, the God of peace will will be with you.